On a ranch down the longest piece of gravel road we've ever seen, Clayton Phipps feeds his cattle. Up here along Montana's Missouri Breaks, it doesn't seem to rain anymore.
This is the worst drought I've ever seen. The old timers are even saying it's the worst one they've ever seen.
The price of hay is so high, Phipps has had to sell some of his cattle. Can't afford to feed them. Some years back, though, while working as a hand on another ranch, he met a man searching for fossils.
And I thought, wait a minute, you went out and found a rock and you're going to sell it for $500. I bet I could do that. Literally. And so I started looking.
And that is what Phipps does. He hunts dinosaur fossils. You may have seen him on Discovery.
Good job, Clayton.
Yeah. So then what I do is I follow the bone trail up.
Right.
What I call the bone trail, and I try to find the source. And as I walked up the hill, I could see some more bits rolling down the hill here.
Oh, I see.
The bits often lead to something larger.
But hang on a second. This guy right here?
Yep, that's one.
That's a piece of dinosaur.
Yep.
A piece, it looks like, of a Triceratops. Yup, a Triceratops. This guy.
You know, you start imagining what the animal may have looked like, or what kind of environment it lived in.
Yeah.
How it reacted with other critters, and it's just fun to think about.
Phipps' imagination was sent sideways 15 years ago when he came across not one, but two full dinosaur skeletons, a T-Rex looking for all the world like it was about to take a bite out of a Triceratops.
Yes, we just probably made the discovery of the century in paleontology. We were blessed. I got nothing else for you. We got lucky.
After a decade or more of legal quicksand, the so-called dueling dinosaurs have escaped to the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences.
So if you look closely right here, you'll see a broken tooth. This is a tyrannosaur tooth. It's actually embedded in the back of the Triceratops. This is like our silver bullet, these little pieces of evidence that we can use to piece together what actually happened to these two animals that day 67 million years ago.
It's a stop action.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like literally 67 million years ago.
Exactly.
Dr. Lindsay Zano is the head of paleontology here. The specimens are not yet on display. She gave us a rare inside look.
Every bone in its skeleton, from the tip of its nose to the tip of its tail. The most complete tyrannosaur in all of North America.
Do we think he's a juvenile or a teenager?
That's a great question. And in another 5 years, I'll answer you. No, we know this is not an adult.
To be this close to a T-Rex was much, much better than any movie.
You have to run your finger along these teeth.
I can?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And they're serrated like a steak knife. So these animals literally just had a mouth full of knives.
Look at that.
Which explains why Dr. Zano went to the trouble of raising millions of dollars to bring the bones to North Carolina, where the museum is expanding to make room for a one-of-a-kind display.
Yeah, first we're gonna build that space in a lab that's fit for them and make it so that the public can actually walk inside the lab. Now, imagine if everyone can share in this experience that you and I are having. And it's so important these days that we break down that barrier, we make science transparent and accessible to the public so they can understand what scientists are actually doing and then have trust and faith in science.
Back in Montana, Clayton Phipps says every day the fossils are left to the elements is a day closer to their disintegration. Time's a wasted for these 67-million-year-old bones.
Yeah, one more winter, and you'll see when you get up there and look at it, one more winter, and it would have been, most of that piece that's left is gone. Well, we're saving another dinosaur right now.
That's
from certain extinction.
And of course, just to reiterate, the museum is in Raleigh, North Carolina, and this exhibit is going to be amazing. Imagine being able to take your kids through there and say, look at this with the scientists right there. Fantastic.
I'm going to play the story back for Del later.
Oh, that's
he
true.
still loves dinosaurs. Harry, it kind of makes you wonder what else is out west under the soil.
Well, I know with some of this stuff, as erosion continues with the wind and the occasional rain, these bones just basically come right up to the surface.
Wow,
so if you're the cowboy, you're like, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this. There are people in the scientific community that say, we don't like the way you do this, and sometimes these fossils go to the highest bidder, which cuts the museums out of the process. So it's not without some controversy, just like everything else.
What was I say? Once you got the humans involved. Yeah. All right.
That's it.
Yeah, Harry.
I'll bring you back some dinosaur pieces.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you,
Mouthful
Harry.
of knives.
I know. That's memorable. Wow.
And of course, the Craig Melvin T-Rex. Those little short arms you can never get in those pockets.
Yes, I know. I knew that was coming.
Why does he say that?
Because he's never picked up a check. He can't reach his wallet.
He's a
Got
prick.
the little baby
I mean, where did that even come from?
Yesterday, Al bought lottery tickets.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Do you do a forecast anymore?
Sometimes.
You just poke fun at me.
Actually, two things can be true.
Anyway. What are we looking at, Al?
Look out west. We've got another atmospheric river bringing more wet weather. Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.